Welcome to the Thought Leadership Series featuring interviews with some of the brightest minds in the industry. Today's special guest is popular platform speaker and best-selling author, Anthony Morris. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and talk show host. In this segment, we're talking about turning professional days into paydays and how this strategy can captivate professional groups in your community, all from Anthony's popular presentations and best-selling book, Turning Professional Days into Paydays. Well, I read this book, and it's out online. And I'm thinking of all the professional days that I have never done as a regular representative and advisor, that it seems, after I read your book, such a natural networking strategy to get in front of people who really have serious money. So I have to confess my own inability to read this right. Anthony, walk us through this. And this is a nice piece. This book that you made here is really great because it's easy read and it gives you pragmatic strategies.
Well, absolutely. The reason that we put it out there in the format of an ebook is because, we find that people haven't got time today to read 200, 250 pages. So really what this is it's a plug-and-play, step-by-step process behind professional development days. A good friend and top MDRT speaker from Toronto, Bruce Etherington, in his book, See the People, has this lovely phrase. He says, you can't catch marlin from the dock. You can't catch marlin from the dock. You can catch bass and sardines and tadpoles, but if you want to catch marlin, Steve, you'd better have the right boat, the right eco sounder. You better know what color the water is and what type of birds swim above what type of water in what kind of wind conditions if you want to be a brilliant marlin hunter. And so at the end of the day, all of us want to do more business with professionals. I'm not saying you don't want to do business with Joe the pole climber in his fluorescent vest who works for the municipality of Phoenix, for example. But let's face it, folks, talking business person to business person, how much investment business and life insurance and DI and income protection and long-term care and advanced estate planning are you going to do with Joe the pole climber? So I encourage the advisors that I work with to work more robustly and more regularly and in a unique way with professionals. Professionals being defined as doctor, dentist, accountant, architect, anesthetist, chiropractor, gynecologist, psychiatrist. Anyone who hangs out their shingle is a professional.
Now let's just make sure, just so I don't want to get too assumptive here, most of these professions that you said all have continuing education or some kind of platform where they meet together as a group in their profession. Now this was enlightening to me. The first time I interviewed you, I said, well, of course I know our group, we have continuing ed, I know the fiduciary market, they have that. But then you introduced a whole doctors, dentists, attorneys that have nothing to do with probate. They're into other areas, maybe DUI law or whatever. There are so many professionals that have ongoing continuing ed alone, and they're always looking for sponsors.
They're always looking for sponsors. All of them are not-for-profit. The American Dental Association, you look at the AVMA, the American Veterinary Medicine Association, and Steve, let's face it, driving down the road as we live here in Arizona, you don't see a sign ever that says going out of business outside a dental clinic, right? You never see outside the animal hospital, lost our lease sale. Okay, bring Kitty in for 2 for 1 on shots. So the reality is that all of these groups, in order to keep your professional license every year, you have to collect a certain number of CE, continuing education credits, much like we have to in our business. And the way that they collect these credits really is to either do online courses, although they're very, very technical in their business and they tend to offer fewer online courses, or to attend a national or international convention, or to attend your local study group or what we call PD Day. If you think about it, actually, school teachers have what they call professional development days, where you have 50 or 60 school teachers. School is shut for that day. The kids love those days. It's on the calendar. Usually happens on a Friday, so they can knock off early. And you've got 50 or 60 school teachers in a staff room at your local school. And guess what? 1/3 of those people are actually married to or involved with someone who's a very big earner. And the reason they're a school teacher is not because they need the money, but they're a school teacher because they want their summers off and because the benefits are great. So sometimes the way you meet that high wealth client is because their husband or wife actually teaches school. So those are professional development days too. I was speaking in northern Florida the other day as I walked into the Hilton Sandestin Hotel to work with my group of 120 advisors. I walked past a American Dental Association of North Florida chapter that was having their biannual symposium. I counted 110 chairs of 110 dentists seated in one place. And I need to tell you, Steve, outside there were about 6 of those exhibit booths, all of them from medical folk. I asked someone who was running one of those booths, how much to have a table here for the 2 days? $800. For the cost of $800, you could be standing behind a table exposed to 110 dentists at the Northern Florida ADA Professional Development Symposium. And it's inexpensive marketing to sponsor these types of events. But the key is, what are you going to say when you get your 5 minutes of fame at the podium? What are you going to say while they're eating their lunch when you do your little sponsors spiel? Because that's the key in terms of what you give them to sufficiently intrigue or disturb them. And of course, it goes without saying that you need to spend the time, the whole day or 2 days there networking and involved with all of those professionals. Great way for very few dollars and far less gas than you right now burning when you drive around trying to meet them, to get across to these professionals who have overhead and who have big financial problems and challenges.
For more information on how you can use professional days to expand your practice, just click on the landing page address in the video description. We'll be right back with more about professional days with Anthony Morris.
This is your website. Few people visit, and if it isn't attracting new visitors, it's not doing its job. Now you can drive more visitors to your website through dynamic content and email marketing with CreativeOne's Social Media Elite. Capture quality leads faster and easier. Engage your visitors with informative articles and videos to boost your online credibility. Plus, stay connected with existing clients and earn more referrals. All content is customized for you. It's time to introduce your website to the world. Call your CreativeOne sales team at 800-992-2642 or visit us online at creativeone.com.
In this segment, we're talking about turning professional days into paydays and how to leverage these events for maximum client building. All from Anthony's popular presentations and best-selling book, Turning Professional Days into Paydays. Well, Anthony, I love this book. It's easy to read, a lot of great strategies, and I want to talk about the number one place where people hang out. They call it, R&D, research and development on a golf course. But you have another idea about using golf course, because our industry, as you know, loves golf. Walk us through. This is a major strategy about golf sponsorship. I never really thought this through before.
Well, if we talk about a financial propensity model of exactly the kind of clients you want to spend time with, there's no better sport than golf, because it's expensive to play, takes a long time to play. Let's face it, the equipment can be expensive as well. So let's take the example of Pfizer Laboratories sponsoring a corporate golf day for 30, 40 or 50 urologists. Pfizer Laboratories have got those urologists out. They've invited them. They're wining and dining them. They're lining up the prizes. All you've got to do to literally partner with someone like that on a corporate golf day is you've got to find a way of getting to them when they're organizing the golf day. So a simple strategy looks like this, Steve. You go down, let's say I play out of McDowell Golf Club in Arizona. You go and see Kevin in the pro shop there, and you say, Kevin, that Callaway or Titleist golf bag over there, how many of those do you sell a year? You'll find they sell 1 or 2 of those only a year out of the pro shop. We don't buy a golf bag at the pro shop. We buy it at Golf Town or Golf Warehouse, right? So what you have is a sign that says, Steve Savant, financial advisor from Scottsdale, will sponsor this bag as a prize at your corporate or charitable golfing event. Help yourself to his business card. When Pfizer goes to the McDowell Golf Club Pro Shop to sit with Kevin and discuss how many carts they're going to use, what drinks must be on the carts, what format, shotgun start, Stableford, better ball, what format we're playing, what about the meal afterwards, etc. Kevin can say, Steve Savant, an area financial advisor, if you take his card there, he'll actually bring that Callaway bag to give away as a prize at the 19th hole. And it's a great way of you spending all day as a sponsor. Obviously, you get to meet the 30, 40 urologists. And what you can do at the prize giving is, if you've sponsored the day, you can have 2 or 3 minutes to give away what we call a financial resources toolkit. What that is literally is a canvas bag with your corporate livery or logo on it, one of those plastic luggage tag business cards of yours, and in there you can have what we've referred to in previous shows: the financial key, a soft copy of their state directory. You can have a sample financial plan. You can have a book on family meetings. You could put the Ultimate Gift DVD in there, a nice thick card stock of the financial pressure test, which we referred to in the earlier show. And what you've got is an opportunity, if you're quick and good in 2 or 3 minutes, to really engage those golfers at the end of the day when they've got a beverage of their choice in their hands and add some tremendous value. So for the cost of $20 or $30 worth of giveaway times 30 urologists, you're in the game if you turn one of them into a client.
Now, it's your experience, and I've seen some history behind this, that many people, many professionals who have these professional days, they really don't, sometimes they want to sit in the classroom, but a lot of times they want to do what we're talking about. They want to do the golf course. Now, when you see this, you're saying I'm going to the golf course and maybe the manager, whoever it is, I can actually buy, I don't even know his schedule, but he could already input me or insert me into their calendar. All I'm doing is sponsoring this bag and maybe a 2-minute talk.
Well, here's the point. If you're sitting with Kevin at McDowell Golf Club and you're saying, Kevin, how would you like to sell 40 of these golf bags in the next year? He's really interested in selling 40 Callaway golf bags instead of only 2. Mm-hmm. So really, once again, it's what I teach when I coach advisors. Look at your influence from the perspective of what's in it for the other guy. Mm-hmm. The other guy would like to sell 40 golf bags at the end of the day. The other guy would like to help his corporate client who's coming there with 30, 60 or 90 golfers for the day and spending money on food and beverage and everything else. So it's a wonderful way of kind of having a sub-agent introducing you to people. And you can play this game at 5 or 6 different golf clubs around town. Of course, for the cost of the golf bag, you get to meet a lot of ideal kind of clients and prospects, but it's what you give them, which is covered in the book, what you do and what you give them and what you say when you're up there at the podium, because in 2 or 3 minutes, you can have big impact with people.
Well, this is what I appreciate about this. This is an easy strategy. If you're not a public speaker, maybe you don't have good oral transmission skills, we're only talking about a 2.5 minute speak at the 19th hole. The rest of it's being carried by the secondary person, the person who's sponsoring the show, and we're giving away the bag, as you've said. I like this because it's easy to do, and most people can do about 2.5 minutes. And of course, again, if you need coaching on this is what Anthony does. He is the quintessential wordsmith. So if you say, I need to kind of knock me out, Anthony, about, a 2.5 minute, 3-minute talk, he could craft that for you, and that's all you have to do is learn that. It's not a big 15, 20-minute presentation with PowerPoint.
The other thing, of course, is that you've got to make sure that you collect the contact details of the people. So anything that you're giving away in a lucky draw, like a golf bag, for example, or if you're doing a professional development day at the Holiday Inn and you have 20 or 30 anesthetists in the room, you always want to give away something of value so that you can capture the details of that person and start communicating with that person, start emailing them valuable, powerful information, calculators, special reports, put them on your drip feed list, etc. We've really got to relearn persistency today because we have these technical ways of actually getting to people through email, etc., using slide dial as we referred to in an earlier show together. It's really a case of committing yourself to being a marketer. I think we've got to change our mind as advisors. We've got to start saying to ourselves, I'm an entrepreneur who happens to specialize in financial products and solutions. But entrepreneur comes first and financial solutions second. In other words, marketing is not the poor cousin of me learning some stuff because I really want to sell things. Become a master marketer, become a maestro of an entrepreneur. What happens if they took financial solutions, funds, and policies away from you? Could you still make money because you're so good at marketing by selling real estate to your client base or selling mortgages to your client base? Because that's when you've got your thinking cap screwed on right as a business person.
Anthony has 6 free offers out on his website as an introduction to his marketing menu of services. Well, if you want more information on how you can use professional days to build out your business, just click on the landing page address in the video description. And for more information on our shows, seminars, and workshops, just follow us on our social media or visit us on our website. I'm Steve Savant. We'll see you next time on the Thought Leadership Series. And remember, keep thinking outside the box.